Americans, what is something us Europeans aren't ready to hear? The way people drive in Italy makes me understand why they're so religious. And also so blasphemous source. I'm an Italian that swears like a sailor every time I have to drive somewhere. Most every European I've met who hasn't been here before has been totally unprepared for the massive size of the US. We had some distant relatives come to Boston from Scotland. We asked what their plans were, and one of the things they wanted to do was take a day trip to LA. I asked, "Did you rent a rocket car?" Our ideas of foreign cuisine are basically products of the immigrant experience. I had an interesting sidebar tangent thought thing in a similar vein recently. The biscuit versus biscuit debate between UK and USA. Apparently at around the time of the American Revolution, American biscuits were a product that grew out of food shortages and supply limitations. They didn't have any leavening, so they were pretty crispy. They were similar to other biscuits in the UK at the time. They were mostly used as a way to make the most of what you had, and to help the flour keep longer, especially for travel, on both sides of the Atlantic. But then, as our histories diverged more and more over time, so did our food cultures. UK biscuits stayed crispy and went sweet. US biscuits went fluffy and savory. The leavening agent used in US biscuits derived from pearl ash potash, and was native to the US and used by Native Americans as a leavening agent. Experimentation through the Victorian period eventually led to the development of baking powder, which ended up being used as a crucial ingredient for American biscuits. So, American biscuits and UK biscuits are cousins with a shared history, which is why they share a name. This is what people don't get about Italian or Chinese food in the US. It was brought over 200 years ago and was made with the ingredients they had available. It grew separately from the food in those original countries. I understand some names being the same makes it confusing when there are ingredient differences, but be a little flexible for God's sake. For some reason, Chinese food in particular is mocked as inauthentic. It's an authentically Chinese-American cuisine. Imagine someone turning up their nose at Cajun food because it's not authentically French. Well, that's how people treat Chinese-American cuisine. German here, but us Europeans aren't ready to hear this. Abortion is generally not legal in Germany. It's available. It's usually not prosecuted, but it's not legal. Doctor in Munich, I can confirm. It's logistically also very difficult to get an abortion in Germany. You must be 12 weeks pregnant or earlier. You must have a consultation with a psychologist, social worker, before. And it has to be done at a certified center, of which there are very few. 9-10 gynecologists don't even offer any abortion services. While abortions are technically illegal, they are not prosecuted in very specific circumstances. But it's very hard to do so. You're gonna need air conditioners in your homes pretty soon. Yeah, we're still in denial for the most part, but slowly coming to understand that. Do it before everyone is doing it. And you call in April, but they're booked out until February. Thank you so much for watching. Tell us in the comments what the Europeans are not ready to hear.